Previously on the Degen Diaries.
Just pulled up to the lodge in Austin. Hopefully gonna see some familiar faces.
It says aces, 9 plus, 3 fours as well.
Well, it was inevitable, I guess. Walking out of the lodge right now and I got fucking torched. I still have one last buy-in and I am optimistic for it, but there's a likely chance that the trip ends tomorrow. It's fine. I'll fight back and we'll bounce back. I always do. All right, day 6. I have 267 to start out the day with after that brutal beat last night. In 1 hour, I managed to lose 500. But onto a new day, and I'm optimistic. I don't know what my best plan of attack is today. If I'm going to show up, it would be nice to have an additional buy-in, or I might just have to go all in on that one buy-in. But it's very likely that the trip ends here in Austin. But who knows? That's poker for you.
I don't know why I fell for that. I knew there was the other way, but
Freebirds, Austin. It was like Chipotle on crack, honestly. Spent $14, and as I was pulling in, a full college basketball team came into the restaurant. And if I had gotten there a minute later, I would have had to wait in line for like 20 minutes, but got there at the perfect time. This video is brought to you by Roundabouts. Roundabouts, they make everything fucking way better. All right, since we got absolutely destroyed last night at the lodge, I'm gonna try my luck at Texas Card House and hope it goes better. I think maybe because everyone's at the lodge for the meetup games, there might be some people who are completely out of the loop here, and I think the buy-ins are a little bit less, so maybe I can spin up that $200. Chances are that trip ends tonight, but I'm gonna make sure if my money's going in, it's going in good. So might have to make some big folds, but gonna play our best. Wish me luck.
We're not recording, right?
Was that not allowed?
No.
Oh.
It's something you just want to clear with the floor first? I mean, I would just clear.
Okay, I'll go. This could potentially be seen by over 50 people on my TikTok, so.
Just, you gotta clear with them first.
Okay.
A few moments later.
Okay, I got in trouble for filming, but the floor man is reaching out to his manager, and I was very polite about it, and he's asking if it's okay, and I'm optimistic that I'm gonna be able to later. I'll be here hopefully for a long time, but very first hand, I stopped recording. I had pocket queens, flopped an overpair. It was like Jack 5-2. I bet small. This guy jams. I snap it off, and it was either a flush draw or some weak Jack garbage bullshit, and it was the Jack garbage bullshit. And we took down $100, so I'm up to 300 now, a little over it. And this was the move coming to here, not the lodge. There are a lot of bad players on my table. I'm expecting to make a lot of money, but got to put our money in good. So I was super bummed that I wasn't able to film the start of this session, but that disappointment went away quickly when I won $100 in the first couple hands, and then later someone shoved ace-queen offsuit into my ace-king suited for about a little under $200, and we held up. We actually hit a king on the flop. And as you can see, I'm a little below $500 now, and then I actually did get the A-OK to film. The floor manager came up to me and said I had permission, which was so cool. I've never gotten that before. I made sure everyone at the table was okay with it, and they were, so now I had nothing to worry about except taking their money.
First hand I'm able to record, we pick up 9-10 of clubs. Gotta love the suited connectors. There's a straddle and a few limpers, and our hand doesn't really perform amazingly multi-way, so we race to 35 trying to isolate. That doesn't go as planned, and the drunk fish to my left and the two next to act all make the call, and we go 4 ways to a flop of 3-7-8 with the club. We flop open-ended with backdoor clubs, and I don't really like to bluff multi-way, so I check, and the last to act lady throws out a bet of $30. We make the call, and the drunk fish then goes all in for $53, which does not reopen the pot, so me and the lady both call. Off to the turn with $270 in the pot comes the wonderful 6 of spades. We make the nuts, and I check to this lady looking to check raise. Unfortunately, she checks back, and the river comes a queen of diamonds. I bet $200 for max value, and I probably should have gone a bit smaller because when she bets the flop, it's likely she has an 8 or a 7, and it'll be very hard for her to find a call with a hand like that. She thinks it over for a bit, and finally lets her cards go. I show the table my nuts, and I luckily do not get arrested for public indecency. We scoop the $270 pot and continue this heater that we're on. Every dealer change, they do a double board PLO bomb pot, and on the top board, I flop bottom set, and I'm not going to show the bottom board because I have absolutely nothing on it, and definitely not because editing it is a tremendous pain in the... There's a bet of $30 and 2 callers, and we also make the call. A fold here would not be bad at all. You really want to have a strong hand on both boards, or at least a nutted hand on one, and we're drawn pretty slim, especially if someone has a higher set, but the turn on our board comes the 5 of clubs, so we now boat up, which could only potentially get us into more trouble. We're definitely treading cautiously, and Drunk Fish actually throws out a bet of $10, which makes it very easy for me to make a call. On last act, I close the action, so we do make the call for $10, and the river comes the 8 of clubs on our board. I'm hoping to just get to showdown, but that doesn't come easily. The 9 seat goes all in for about 200, and it folds to me, and I have a big decision to make. This is a sucky spot because I'm only playing for half the main pot, and there's a good chance I'm not good on either board, but I've seen players put a lot of money in with some absolute garbage in these bomb pots, so I finally decide to just make the call. Drunk Fish goes all in as well, and I am crossing my fingers that I can take half the pot. Turns out both players were fighting for the same board, and we somehow managed to dodge all the bullets and take down half of this pot. Everything is going our way tonight, besides picking up this beautiful hand in a bomb pot and absolutely whiffing the board. Here we pick up pocket 4s, and we make an early position raise to $6. The small blind 3 bets to $25, and in position, and with another guy who made the call, we're priced in to try to hit a set. 3 ways to a flop, it comes ace 5-2, all hearts. We have a gut shot and a flush draw. One of those flush draws would give us a straight flush. This still isn't as good as it might look. We're still in bad shape to any ace, and there's going to be a lot of other hearts out there that would beat our flush draw. So when it checks to me, I also check, hoping to improve on the turn. Turns the jack of clubs, and the original 3-better bets $50. I think he would have bet all of his strong aces on the flop, and I can still improve in so many ways, so I make the call. Going to a river, we see the 8 of clubs, and he checks to me. Taking this line, I'm going to have some strong hands, including flushes and 2 pairs, and I'm pretty much at the bottom of my range. I probably shouldn't even be this far in the hand, but I think it's a good time to turn my hand into a bluff and try to get him off of some 1-pair hands like kings or queens with a heart, or jack king, jack queen with a heart. I go for a large bet of 150. I think this sizing looks very value heavy, and it'll put him in a very tough spot. This is a player who has seen me have it every single time I've bet, and one important thing is you never want to bluff the people who aren't paying attention. That's a quote from Phil Ivey, and this is a player who has been paying attention. He's been seeing what's happening, so he's the kind of person that I can target with a bluff. Luckily, we don't get snap called, and he goes into the tank, and I'm sitting there calm and collected, but on the inside I'm thinking, fold, 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 fold.
That's a call. Right on.
Good call. Missed my straight flush draw.
Son of a bitch! Wow.
Oh, nice call.
He flips over pocket 10s to absolutely crush my soul.
Hold up. Hey, oh my, so be thinking we saw.
All right, I'm here with my man. What's your name?
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah.
I made a pot-sized bet on the river with, I was big bluffing, and he made the call with 3rd pair. What was going through your mind? Did I have a soul read? You saw right through me?
No, not really, my man. I had the 10 of hearts and the 10 of diamonds.
You have the
I
blockers.
had the blocker, and then I'm the one supposed to have an ace there. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You made it 10 pre, and I 3-bet you. I think I 3-bet you to like 25 or 30.
Yep.
And you flat call, and it goes check on the flop, and then I bet 55, and then you call,
Yep.
and I check, and then you think for a little bit.
So you thought hard about it.
Well, you told me, yeah, I went in the tank for a little bit.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? And then it just, story didn't really line up, you know what I mean? And that's what I have all the aces there, and you still went for value, it seemed like, and then like you said, you went for a pot size bet, and I had, like I said, I had the 10 of hearts, you know, and it just,
I guess my story didn't make sense, but I smelt weakness, and
and you did.
And there was weakness. There was
weak.
weakness.
I mean, I looked at you, man, and I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really seen you. The only thing that was also hard too, though, was you haven't really got out of line. And I
thought I'd been playing mad tight, and I thought I would get some credit on that, but I guess not. It was a real good call.
I appreciate it, man. But
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you.
I was pretty nice to Dylan, but this is what I really wanted to do.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We shake our head and get right back to it, and shortly after pick up Ace King offsuit on the button.
AK-47 around my motherfucking shoulder.
I raise to $15 over a limper and they call. Heads up to a flop, it comes rather favorably Ace King 4 Rainbow. When check 2, we have this board a little too locked up, so I check for deception. On the 5 of clubs turn, not changing anything, the woman to my right, who I'm up against, bets $25. She has about $150 remaining, and I'm thinking I can go for all of it raising the river, so I just make the call here. River comes the 4 of spades, which is a great card because now she's going to think that any ace in her hand is good, or worst case chopping. Well, I got news for you. Unless that ace is accompanied by a 4 or another ace, it is no good.
All in.
She checks to me on the river, and I bet $30 for thin value. She snap raises to $100, and I snap jam right back at her for another 70 or so. I'm thinking if she has an ace, she just has to call me off, and if she has a 4, she has a 4. She goes into the tank, and I'm really regretting snap jamming because it just looks so strong, and I'm really hoping she doesn't get away from it. And she tanks and tanks and tanks until finally the dealer taps her shoulder and lets her know the action's on her, and she had no idea, and she calls right away, and...
Oh, he's solid.
Call.
I got ace king.
Shut up.
Oh my God, are you serious? That is so crazy. Nice game.
Thank you.
We play another double board bomb pot where I have 10 queen 7-5, and the top board run out ends up going queen 7-5 10-7. I didn't put any money into the river because I was thinking there's no way I make a full house because I have all of my outs, and I end up somehow hitting a full house on the river, and I take this one down without showdown, potting the river.
That's one crazy that board is right there. Yeah, like 10,000 pairs.
A little later, my table ends up breaking. I think I KO'd one too many people. It's getting late, and I could just book my win here, but when you're running this hot, you gotta stay. So I hop to another table and hope to continue this run. Apparently, if I don't beg for likes, my videos kind of flop, so take a second out of your day and hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, consider that as well. It helps me grow the channel, and I got tons more coming, so you don't want to miss it. At our new table, we play a bomb pot with this pretty looking hand, and we managed to win another one.
Nuts on the bottom, 2 pair on top.
Some nights when you're on, and this was just one of those nights. Hand after hand at this new table, I continued to win pots. Nothing huge that's really worth showing or really worth my time editing, but we won a bunch of small ones, and the run good continued when the man to my right gave me his chicken tenders. He had extras, and he offered them. I didn't ask for them, but I could not decline, and they slapped. At about 3 a.m., the game started to die down, and here's what my chip stack looked like at the end of the game. How beautiful is that? What a night.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. I am the golden god!
I am the golden god of this place. I reign supreme. I...
Texas Card House. Out for 13-14, in for 200. I'm gonna cry. I'm on the verge of tears right now, honestly. That was the most pure run of my life. I lost like 2 decent pots. One, a guy made this sickest bluff catch of all time. and it should have gone through. It should have gone through. I should have been out for like 1,600, 1,700. Holy fuck. I don't know what to say. I gotta regroup and I'll get back to you guys. I actually was able to get a parking spot too, so the run good continues. Guys, here's what I had in my wallet. I had $23 left after that $200 buy-in. Literally, this was this was my bus ticket home. I couldn't afford gas going home. This was my bus ticket. And now, hold on. 13, 14. Holy fuck. I don't know what to say. What a night.
I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a really fun one. As you can tell, the trip fatigue starting to get to me, driving half the day, playing poker the other half of the day. I can barely even formulate a sentence at the end of the video. But guys, if you haven't already, leave a comment so you can be entered into the giveaway for a chance to win half of the potential profits. And after this video, I think you're gonna want to do that. So let's get right into it. Thanks again for watching, and Max Bitker. That's my older brother. Like, that's my older brother. I can't re-roll him. I mean, that'd be crazy. Max, congrats to you. Am I doxing myself? I guess so. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, hit the like button and have a wonderful day.